Hello and welcome. My name is Sharon and this is Trio.of.Witches Tarot. This video is a VR to Antonia's Bliss. The tag is 7 decks for Heavenly Virtues, which is a response to Sylvain's 7 decks for Deadly Sins. And the first prompt is Prudence, your most practical and all-purpose deck. And mine is my pocket-sized Lunne edition of the Gentle Tarot. And it is practical in many, many ways. So it's like a really nice size. It spreads really nice. It riffle shuffles nice. It's a really nice finish on it. I think if I got stuff, food or liquid on it, I could wipe it off. And it's for me, a very nice compromise between an animal deck and a people deck. And there aren't, unless someone is just like a total prude, there aren't any confronting images in this. There aren't, I can't see how anyone would be offended by this, but people have a way. Anyway, so that is my Prudence deck, the Gentle Tarot. The next prompt is Justice, a deck you use for making decisions. And my deck for that one is the Tarot de St Croix. And I have the Fortitude edition. So it's a little smaller too. Is it pocket size? Let's see. No, it's a little bit bigger than pocket. Only a smidge. So it's smaller than regular tarot, bigger than pocket size. But oddly, this is like a deck I go to ask questions like, what should I be doing about a work situation? Like, this is my advice deck, which surprised me because I didn't know how this deck was going to work for me, but that's how it works for me. So this is Tarot de St Croix, is my Justice deck. The next prompt is Fortitude, and it is a deck that doesn't pull any punches. And for me, that deck is the Marielle. This deck, it just is like, yeah, you got some stuff and you need to face up to it and you need to deal with it and you need to just do it and don't be a baby about it. And I did mod it, and I talk about that in another video. But yeah, it was something to me that I had to mod it so that I could work with it, so it didn't yell at me quite so much. So my Fortitude deck is the Marielle. The next prompt is Temperance, a deck pairing you love. And so that is, I'm using a tarot and an oracle. So we have the Spacious Tarot and the Oracle of Echoes. And the way that I like to use when I pair oracles and tarots, which I do all the time, is that I do use them as tempering each other or balancing each other. And in this instance, they still have to aesthetically go together. They still have to speak to each other. But in this instance, because this Spacious Tarot is more of a landscape deck, it still needed people sometimes. Like, not all the time, but sometimes I need people in it too. So you have the Oracle of Echoes, and it does speak to the hard things, it speaks to the easy things, and I think these two decks go great together. They talk to each other in an amazing way, and it brings in people without having a whole deck of people. Look at that. Wow. So yeah, this is an amazing pairing. And so that is my Temperance pairing, the Spacious Tarot with the Oracle of Echoes. Even the backs go together. Nice. So the next prompt is Faith, a deck you use for spiritual guidance. And that is the Ember and Aura, the Awakening edition. I have both editions of this deck. I love this deck, and I'm actually currently using it. I'm not having a spiritual crisis so much as I am. I need to shut up my brain, my logical brain that doesn't understand why we need intuition and spirituality and faith of some kind in whatever it is you have faith in, a belief in something that isn't rational. And this deck, love this death card. This deck does that for me. I used this deck after my father passed away. I've used it after we've lost pets. And I mean, that moon card for me is everything. It talks all about facing your shadow. So this is my faith deck. Ember and Aura. So the next prompt is Hope. And it says a deck for dark times / a hug deck. And for me, that is Lunne. And I've talked about this in another video, I think Tarot to the Extreme, where this is the deck after I went to the Marielle. So you've been to the Marielle and now you need to come back, and this deck is a cup of tea, shortbread cookies, a walk in the garden, hanging out by the pond, feeding the ducks. It's all of that. It's a village of people that welcome you whenever you show up, and you can leave whenever you want, and they welcome you back with open arms. They work together. They love each other. They love you. That is the Lunne. So that is my Hope deck. And then the last one is Charity, and a deck you would give to someone. And I have a lot of decks I would give to someone, but I chose the Future Ancestor for the prompt. I think that if I had someone who was just starting out in tarot, if I knew someone who was reading tarot and didn't have this deck, or I just wanted to gift something like this, this is it. Like this deck, I think anyone could read this. Anyone could use this. Anyone would be able to look at this and not. And I don't know. I just feel like this is a great gift deck. I apparently cannot verbalize my reasoning. And that's the Future Ancestor. I guess part of it is because it's almost monochromatic. And so I feel like this could be almost anyone's aesthetic. Maybe that's it. So that is the Future Ancestor Tarot. Okay, so those were my selections for the 7 decks for Heavenly Virtues. For Prudence, we had the Gentle Tarot. For Justice, we had Tarot to St Croix, or I did. Maybe you do. For Fortitude, we have Marielle. For Temperance, Spacious Tarot with the Oracle of Echoes. For Faith, Ember and Aura. For Hope, the Lunne Tarot. And for Charity, the Future Ancestor. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Remember to like and subscribe so you can see all of my new videos when they come up. And comment below if you agree, disagree, have different decks, whatever. And have a great day. Thank you for watching.